we're currently here looking at Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It's coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch shortly. We're here with the team, and why don't you introduce yourself for everyone?
Certainly. I am Lance James. I'm a producer at Versus Evil, the publisher for these guys.
And we're here obviously to take a look at this, and we'll show you some of the gameplay as we get through this interview. But why don't you tell us, first of all, when the game's coming out on console?
Yeah, so we're very happy to announce that the team has been working very hard. So the Xbox and PS4 versions of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire will be out this November, and the Switch port will be out sometime a little bit after that.
And before we get a deep dive into more about the game, why don't we tell anyone who's not familiar with Pillars of Eternity what Pillars of Eternity is and where the Deadfire game picks up?
Certainly. So at its core, this is a direct sequel to Pillars of Eternity 1, so it's the world of Aeora. It's, I would say it's a direct continuation of that whole experience, that entire lore, that world that's been built already. You're hopping into the Deadfire archipelago to kind of pick up the story and explore what's happening in the world since you were last there. And you're going to follow around a god, you're going to get your own ship, you're going to kind of explore what's happening. At its simplest, it's a fantastic CRPG from the team at Obsidian, who are masters at this, old school CRPG RPG experience.
And just to check, why bring it to console?
Yeah, so we found that it works great on PC, mouse and keyboard. However, we're getting requests to bring it to console. There's lots of people who like to sit on the couch, play with a controller, and just kind of relax and enjoy that kind of gameplay. And we've had so many requests that it seems like a natural thing we should do.
Fundamentally, console platforms like PlayStation 4 and Xbox are obviously very much sit down and play. The Switch is very much an on-the-go. It obviously has the option to be able to sit down and play, but does that bring in challenges for the developer to bring this over to that platform?
Sure. So obviously we love working with all the console holders, right? They're all fantastic pieces of hardware. The Switch itself is a unique beast, right? Mm-hmm. It's this awesome handheld, dockable, undockable, touchscreen hardware. As far as bringing unique challenges, it does, but nothing we can't overcome, nothing we can't work on to, make it the best experience possible. That includes whether you're docked or whether you're undocked, whether you're using touchscreen or what have you. We spend a lot of time kind of refining and tweaking the controls, refining and tweaking optimizations to make it feel like a good Pillars of Eternity game, just on the go, or whether you want to stay at home docked.
Because fundamentally, like we've said, it's something that the PlayStation and the Xbox to some extent have done before.
Yep.
However, moving over to Switch is something that is still relatively new in the bag. And does that make any changes to, say, the graphical fidelity of the game, for example?
Yeah, so we've spent a lot of time. That's why Switch is coming out a little bit later than Xbox and PS4. We spent a lot of time figuring out, what optimizations make sense, what load times make sense, what graphical things we can carry over, and we've done a good job of keeping it pretty much in parity with PC and Xbox and PS4. There are a few things here and there that are a tad bit different, but it is still the great, world of Eternity that the fans know and enjoy.
Oh, and in terms of that, there's got to be some changes with control system as well. You got a touch screen there. Do you utilize that in the Switch version of the game?
Certainly, we make use of touchscreen, make use of the rumble, make use of the Joy-Cons themselves are fantastic controllers. We've done a great job of utilizing everything we can to make it feel like a unique experience, whether you're playing on the Switch or the Xbox or the PS4 or what have you.
That's fantastic. In terms of the game itself, obviously the PC version's been out for a while. It's had a lot of DLC updates. How much of the game are we actually getting on the console version when it comes to it?
So that's one of the great actual benefits of the console version coming out a little bit after all this stuff happening. The console version is going to get everything we've done on PC to date. That includes all the free DLC, all the paid DLC, all the cosmetics, turn-based mode, all the tweaks, all the balance changes. Everything we've done on PC to this point will be in the console version. So it's one collection, one ultimate edition, which is what we're calling it, of everything combined.
And is it likely, if we're going to see updates on the PC version in future, that we'll get those on the console too?
So chances are quite high, largely because the team at Obsidian never stops working on their game. Mm-hmm. They love it, and they always keep improving it. So as they keep doing changes or updates or what have you, we'll strive to get those updates out to console.
Cool. So just jumping back to the Switch. It's not like I love my Switch, but I do love my Switch.
Sure.
The Switch is a really good on-the-go console, and we talked about playing the game on the go and making changes for that to be able to make it more enjoyable on the go and make it run better undocked. However,
certainly,
it's also very much the sort of console that you can pick up and play for a couple of hours. It only has a couple hours battery life, depending on what you're playing anyway. So do you feel that the game translates well? Because RPGs can be a sit-down, play-along session. Do you feel it translates well into that sort of format?
So I think that's one of the great things about Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2 is the fact that the gameplay lends itself to you as the player kind of playing the game the way you want to play.
Yeah.
If you want to sit down and play through some serious story quests and try to go on a huge adventure grand campaign, you can.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to hop in and go kill some bandits, go kill some pirates, maybe become a pirate yourself. It's totally up to you. So it is largely up to you as a player to decide kind of what you want to do each play session. You whatever amount of time you've got, you can kind of plan around that.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to be a pirate?
Exactly.
Quite frankly.
Certainly.
That's it. So I'm going to be a pirate on the train now. Yeah, that seems fine.
Pirate on the train. Yeah.
So, in terms of the game itself, what sort of price range are we looking at for players that want to pick this up?
So we haven't announced the price just yet, but it won't be anything crazy because it's going to be stuff that you guys expect price-wise for consoles.
And something a little more left field. So what's the one thing that players should do if they've never jumped into Pillars of Eternity before? If they're picking this up on console for the first time, what's the one thing you would do?
So the biggest thing I like to tell new players, regardless of if they're playing on PC or console or what have you, is try playing a character or a class or a option that you don't normally do. So for example, if you're the type of player who always plays a paladin or a fighter, switch it up, do something way different. That's the best thing about these games that Obsidian makes is that it's up to you. If you want to be a battle mage, if you want to be an acrobatic rogue, if you want to be a clumsy rogue, if you want to be the best, if you want to be the best thief in the world, if you want to be a mass murderer, it's largely up to you how you play. And I strongly advise and suggest people to try stuff they're not familiar with. Because it is fun trying stuff that you would normally do in these kind of games.
Right, clumsy pirate on the train it is then.
Yep.
So other than that, where can players go to find out more about Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire before it comes out on console?
Yep, so you can look it up on social media, you can look it up on the internet, what have you. The best way is just Google World of Eternity. That'll bring up all the Obsidian forums, our social media, Obsidian social media, and you can talk to us there. You can look us up on Discord, either the Versus Evil Discord or the Obsidian Discord channels. We're happy to talk to you guys. Just come hang out.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Yep, thank you.
I'll see you all in Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire on the train. Just look out for the clumsy pirate with pink hair. Thank you very much for watching. See you all again soon.